Hello everyone and welcome to dioramas. Let's get straight to it. So if you want to open it up, just go to Load Tool, or just in Windows Explorer double click where you downloaded it and it should open. And just apologies for the relatively poor sound of my mic. I'm using a webcam because for some reasons I won't bore you with, I'm not using my normal proper recording mic. But you should hear what's going on. Apologies for the mouse clicks as well. So what we have is 15 sets, 16 folders, because one of them is a variation of number 11. Of dioramas that you can kitbash any way you want. Some are fairly simple, like this one, to pose your characters on. Well, all of them are to pose your characters on and do whatever the hell you want with them. So I'm gonna go in isolation mode. This one is just like 4 parts. Turn it off. Next one is like a rock formation. And they've all been poly painted. If you don't like that, just turn it off. By the way, I have AO on. Just turn it off. Don't need it. Quicker performance. Nice shader as well. Anyway, so we've got this rock formation which consists of and there's also an InsertMesh brush which I'll show you in a second. This is a weird little dungeon. What's happened here? I don't know. It's up to you to fill in the blanks. Let's turn this on. Looks cool. And again, you've got many parts. The InsertMesh typically has all of these parts for quick access if you want to kitbash your own. But I've always wanted to make this pack for myself as well, because I never have an environment if I want to just show off a character on Instagram or ArtStation or whatever to quickly pose it with. And these are ideal for that. This is one of my favorites. And if this pack does well, because this is a general pack of various settings, then I will do focus settings after this, like hellscape, jungle, something, fantasy, planet, and so on. So I've provided all the building blocks for all of this for you to kitbash to your heart's content. Should be selecting that one. Let's just go through them real fast so you see exactly what you're getting. Nice gory mouth. I actually prefer this guy without the tendons, but you know, it's up to you. Some will like just this little guy in the middle, but I just wasn't quite happy with it, so I figured I'll make stuff around it. And if you don't like it, you can just get rid of it. So it makes everyone happy. Me, you, the whole world rejoicing. Do like this gloop. Let's turn on this shiny one for the shiny gloop. Can you imagine posing a worm coming out of here, or hellspawn, or whatever? Just you know what? It's infinite choices of what you want to do with these. Anyway, let's carry on going through them quickly, because none of us have all day, do we? This is the simplest one, just a Celtic cross with ground. I'll show you a method how to lay, which I find really fun, to lay grass with dynamics. Where were we? Alright, there, I'm blind. Flesh portal. I should have added a blend shape to it. Nah, it's completely unnecessary. Again, various bits, just pressing a down arrow to go through the parts. Throne, it's one of my favorites. Got the throne separate. Let's polygroup this guy. And they're all labeled nicely. So there's OBJs provided for people who use Blender or Maya or whatever, and you don't want to use that brush. And they're all labeled like exactly like this, so it's easy to import. And I provided a picture guide, so you know exactly what you're importing. So this throne comprises of various meshes. And so on. So I'll leave it up to you to explore further. This one I like to call Dragon's Perch. I would typically have a big dragon curling around this, for example. I should have had an example ready, but I ran out of time because I really want to have. It makes sense to have character and creature examples here, right? But I ran out of time. But you guys have a lot of imagination. I'm sure you don't need me to imagine stuff. This one I had a little bit of fun with just tiny little details like these pools. And this walkway. And for 3D print people, these are not hollow or keyed for 3D printing, but I'm sure you can do that if you want to. But this should be helpful for 3D, so this obviously can't float in air, so if you have a transparent print of that bit, of this bit. It's a little dragon nest, some eggs in it. Whoops, went back too far. Yeah, and then this is the one variation. This is just a eggs, of course, or something can stand here. Very simple but effective diorama. There's a more complex one. Nice little tree ruins. And the base. Tree. And some vines. And grass. Okay, next we have Cthulhu-esque vibes, but not overtly so. Just because there's an octopus doesn't mean it's H.P. Lovecraft. But yeah, H.P. Lovecraft in it. You all love H.P. Yeah. This is one of my favorites. Simple, but yeah, I can see a lot of character posing going on here. Let me quickly run through the pieces. Very simple water base. Oh yeah, if you remove some of them. Yeah, that. Let's put it back. Rocks. Pier, dock. This guy was actually sculpted 7 years ago. Dave, if you're watching this, remember the Deep One days. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is this gothic looking little shrine on the edge of nowhere. Let's turn on this. I like this. You can download this from Pixelogic. FG Rusted Grey. Great little shader. I wouldn't recommend sculpting because it gives you the impression of more detail than you really have, but it's great just to present stuff with. Well, let's go back to just basic material. And all subtly polypainted. This one has a lot of parts. Let's go through them. Walkway. The rocks on the edge. This is officially the most high poly bit in the whole series, because I couldn't get it any lower without destroying detail. I got it just about down just enough. bit of nano mesh and then further sculpting. Love nano mesh. Use nano mesh. It's great. Okay, and this. Gargoyles. Quickly Kitbash on the demon back eye also release. Little plug there. They're quite low poly. But I mean, they still work, they're still effective. As gargoyles. Lesser gargoyles. If you don't like the, I wasn't sure about them. So you can just, if you don't like them, just get rid of them. Whoops. Just turn them off. Okay, let's go down. Down. Little roof pieces. I really like these. You get the idea, lots of little bits. Why is this hidden? And lone lamppost. Okay, and then the 15th. It's another otherworldly broken portal. Let's go back to normal view. This guy is fine. Whoops, what am I doing? Portal opening. Do what you want. Just like leaving that in there. Bits. Down this base. Center portal. Old wooden structures. Binds. Thing in the middle. Portal bits itself. Bit of array mesh as the base was used to make them, and then just variation sculpting. And yeah, so this is not all. It's a InsertMesh brush with a few parts that are not in any of these, like most are. You can either go, you press B and you just go load brush to where you downloaded it. I happen to have this folder open. Here we go, extra parts. It's about 1 gigabyte, I think. So there are loads of parts. It's basically the parts found in these for convenience, and some 2 or 3 that's not in here, a few walls. I did initially have them in folders here, but this is way more convenient and is way less file size. So I don't like using this thing on the top. If you press M for mother, it's exactly what's up here. N will show all the subtools. N for Nathan. And the scene M for mother will show the InsertMesh's stuff, so it's really handy. And then the big pop-up. I'm actually pointing with my finger just now like an idiot, as if you could see my finger. But you can't see my finger. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's go to a basic one. Actually, let's go to this guy. So I've included 9 of the useful bases here. You can just drag them out. They're all positioned, but that should draw out flat along the normal of whatever surface you're drawing them onto. Just quickly want to do your own. In fact, let me, pardon me, I'm just going to click on the mouse quickly. I know it's noisy. Append something simple, a cube. Alright. So if you draw out, you can now use the left and right arrows too, but that never quite works. Anyway, there's polypaint. Data within these insert meshes. If you don't want that, simply turn it off there, or turn on sRGB with this brush, and it'll be whatever color you have selected. I actually like the polypaint, so turn it unintuitively turn RGB off, so you're not overriding the polypaint I added that's inherent in the tool itself. Anyway, so here's bases for you to have a. Sorry, turn that on to show the polypaint. To you know, give you a head start to very quickly. And there's a guide for these as well, a visual guide, JPG document, image with labels, so you can see exactly what you're, if you're not using ZBRUSH. So anyway, let's say, okay, we're going to use this guy. Let's get rid of that. So you've got bases, then you've got 3 simple bases if you want to start creating your own just for convenience. And you know, so lampposts on here. I'm really not going to think too much. Very handy. You can see where this is going. I'm not going to draw all of them. Chains. Let's draw all of them. Just do it. It's going to get very slow, but I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Very unprofessional, just like the sound in this video. No, I'm not going to draw all of them, it's ridiculous. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's 14 times 7? It's 98, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's 98. Well, it's nearly 100. It's more than enough. All sorts of stuff. Hooks. Yeah, the rack from the dungeon scene. Wooden. Undo. Just to make it faster. Lots of wooden bit. Sorry, now, where was I? Wood. Actually, these are not in the any other scenes. A few logs. Using a bark VDM, I've started creating very briefly just for these, which I will release at some point as well. Tree VDM. You know, construct stuff with. You get the idea. Simple bits, but together. You can, whoops, pardon me. You'll be able to come up with your own little dioramas in no time. I mean, you get this. I mean, I'm not making the base diorama currently, but you get the idea. Do that. The docks. Huh. Just some wooden planks. Control H turns off the mask, by the way. I hate seeing a mask, ever. Don't want to see no mask. Barrel. Again, array mesh goodness, making barrels. I wanted to make a barrel full of flesh and arms inside it, but I never got to it. So it's up to you guys to do that. Fulfill my wish. First person who sends me a barrel full of arms, not literally, just, you know, a picture. Oh, grass. They win. I don't know how to think about it. So maybe not the. No, from that. Huh. Easy grass. I could stay. Okay, what else? Now we're getting to the ornate stuff. So that's the steeple of the little chapel you saw, and you know, various parts from that. The gargoyle, you know, you can see up there all that stuff in smaller bits, ornate parts. Quickly construct your own whatever with. Where was I? So there's four of those. Celtic cross, or put it upside down if you're that inclined, or sideways if you're that inclined. I think there's 4 steps included. Yeah. Oops. Gee, where have you seen that one before? Huh? Okay, get rid of those. Walk away from the... Sorry. Platforms, and then very basic building blocks that a lot of these were made with, you know. You put them down, rotate them. Yeah, whatever you're making, really. And they're not too high poly. They're not low poly, but they're, you know, you can. So M is doing nothing now. I wonder why. There we go, now it's doing something. It's probably user error, it was me. It was I. Yeah, I went through these, and then, you know, 4 types of bricks. Various damages, you know, to make your own walls and constructions with. I mean, once you have bricks, you can build anything, right? You don't actually need cement because it's digital, but you just need the bricks. Here's 2 prefab, so to speak, of brick construction things, you know, more ancient, ruin-esque stuff. We got a very simple brick wall. Better one. Where was I? This is that wall. Let me show you how to make this, because it's so easy. First, let me just turn on the gizmo. If I press the left arrow, it should cycle through, yeah, all these parts. This is not included in any of the... No, it is. It is. This is meant to be array meshed, and I'll show you why. So yeah, you know, all these parts, pillars, bigger blocks, concrete blocks, a few rocks, skull, femur, broken femur, and arm. So that's the pack. I'm sure you can come up with a ton of uses for it, for your dioramas or anything really. It doesn't have to be dioramas. I apologize that I'm going to be using a mouse now, because I know my webcam picks it up, but doing some operations, non-sculpting stuff with the pen is just too annoying, as some of you seem to agree with. I want to... Rid of that, just so it's simple to work with. Okay, just this. So we want to, this is not diorama related specifically, but I want to show you some simple tricks. First, brick wall, how to make it round, the easy way. So we draw out our brick wall. Okay, I'm going to turn off perspective just because it's, whoa, it's easier to align things. I'm going to Control-Alt, split hidden, so I'm only working with this guy. Just straighten it. Kind of straight enough. Oh no, it's not. That's thread enough for this. So just press that button, bend arc, and this green one from the top. Just do that and go 90 degrees. There we go. Now you're going to see they're stretched. You may want that, you may not. The easy way to fix it is just press Q or W again to exit this mode. You can still switch back and forth and scale it up. Now it's back to their original proportions, and there you go. You've got a round tower base for a tower. So now you can Alt, move the pivot there, Control, drag it back. This is just to make a copy, and now Shift rotate 180 degrees. And there we go. Ooh, that's satisfying. Now it's not a perfectly round tower because it wasn't constructed that way, but you get the idea. It'll be easy enough. BMN is move infinite. This is fantastic. This moves everything right through, not just the radius of your brush. Anyway, I'm not going to make a bloody tower now. You get the idea. And these are polygroups. If you control... Actually, no, let's auto-group it first, because the copy has got the same polygroups. Auto-group it again. You know, you can do subtractive modeling. Huh. Kind of like subtractive synthesis, but not at all the same. And build your little ruins and shit. Delete hidden. And another part that I've included is, I can't bloody see, move over there. Let's open our B, I'm pressing B to open brushes, InsertMesh. This guy, I did the same thing. I made it with bend arc, and he's kind of ready to be array meshed. Array mesh is amazing. Everyone should be using nano mesh, array mesh, micro poly, all these wonderful features that ZBRUSH has. No one should not be using them if you're a ZBRUSH enthusiast. So this one might require some tweaking, but let's see how it goes. It's split that guy so he's on his own. Turn off that so everything is a bit faster. Paint out those ugly. Doesn't bother me. But I could have just turned it off. Before we make an array mesh, let me show you a nice little trick, because this is fairly low poly, but it should work. I have bound fill color, fill object to Alt-C. So whatever this is, as long as that's on, it will fill it to whatever object. Now max on should really make it default, because Alt-C does nothing else in ZBRUSH by default. And C, if you press C, whatever is underneath your mouse, color-wise, ZBRUSH sample, which is awesome. So you say C, I want that gray, and then Alt-C, it'll fill. Alt-C is my hotkey, by the way. How do you make a hotkey quickly? Control Alt tap on something, and then press what you want it to be. Alt-C. That's my hotkey now. Anyway, I like going mid-gray for stuff. This is a great way to just quickly, obviously you'll properly texture it, you know, one day. But for just taking ZBRUSH to have something look nice quickly as a background, go to masking. Usually this works good. Mask by smoothness, Control Tab to invert, Control H to hide the mask. All the way white, Alt-C. Whoops, white, not black. So that gives nice edge wear quickly. Remember it wasn't masked. If it's too strong, just go back a bit. There we go. Clear the mask. So yeah, it's one little tip. So let's do array mesh. Oh yeah, what I also like to do is I mask it again. Yeah, I want this. Highlight it and then go darker. Just a standard brush. Go even darker. Just grow the mask a bit. Not doing the best job, but I like making the bottom like that a bit darker of brick walls and buildings. It just gives it a nice tone, you know. But not everything, otherwise it looks soft and mushy. So it's nice if you have this fake edge wear. Clear the mask and then paint that in. The reason it's doing that is because of the low poly count. Anyway, that's not our concern right now. So putting the paint down to prepare for my mouse clicking noises. I apologize again. Let's turn it on. Array mesh, let's say 5 copies. Rotate on the y-axis, yeah, 360 degrees. Okay. Now, bear with me. Lock position, lock size. I think this should work. Yes. So now we have put the original, which is this guy. Will require some tweaking. So we've got a nice lumpy, a lumpy tower here. That's fine. We can deal with it. We're big people, big boys and girls. So I just like to tweak it until I make it. It's the same as fake it till you make it. That's how I do art, basically. I tweak. I metaphorically run against the wall until it breaks open. And I'm like, oh wow, there's something. Anyway, I think 5 would have been, or was it? Let's try 4. 4 is pretty good for this guy. Yep, there we go. It's a bit rough, but it's fine. Look at that. That's how you. And this guy was made from this straight. You can do this any straight piece of wool. Which was one of these walls. You know, it's a straight piece, bend arc, as I've shown you with this. I was attempting to bend the whole array now, so but you get the idea. And then just screw it. And let's say you want. Oh shit! That'll be 52 times 600,000. polys or 1.2 million triangles. We don't want that. Well, let's say we wanted 5, but it's a bit lumpy. Let's say we wanted 6. And it's got, you know, we just do the old pull back. So there we go, lumpy. It's a good example of lumpy. This is where I like to use BMN. It's for B for brush. M just happens to be the code for move, because move starts with an M. I don't know why I said it just happens to be, it's because move starts with an M. And then N is move infinite depth. I like to turn off perspective for this. Yeah, it's a bit rough, but so what? I'm doing a terrible job. The other day it was way easier, but you get the idea. Oh, I don't have move infinite, it was move. Sorry, let me undo that. I thought for a second, why is it BMN? Much better. See, now it's not like overlapping, it's moving the whole column. I'm still doing a shitty job. Yeah, it's good enough. We're not going to look at this ever like this. And it's not like game production or film production. There we go. Lovely. Good enough for this. That's not bad. It's not a perfect circle. But perfection is so boring. And now you can come in and go berserk. Let's go berserk. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Huh. Already see a new idea coming out. I like occult themed stuff. Blackened, nightmarish spell stuff. Worship, sacrifice, blah blah blah. Yeah, get something going in here. I'm not going to spend too much time because most people probably turn the video off long before I've even reached this point. But I'm just playing with this creation now, just why not? Ah, where's that portal? Can anyone spot a portal? Well, no one can answer me because there's a portal. Oh, this is this portal. I meant this one? Yes. This one fits. Can you put an insert mesh on an array mesh? Let's find out. You can. Haha. It's a bit wonky, but that's fine. I should have put this on before I array. Well, turn it off. I'm doing this in the worst, least efficient way ever. Isn't this? I know this fits though. Turn it off. Embarrassingly inefficient. I'm not embarrassed at all, I don't care. Just playing around. So this fits. This black background is getting on my nerves. There we go. That'll do. What happens if we do it now? Haha, look at that. No, it's not funny, but if we isolate why is it not doing that? Okay, turn off array mesh. Auto group. Okay. Let's make this just a bit lighter. And let's do our little trick. That's my smoothness. Well, let's hide this guy first. That's my smoothness. Let's do the opposite edge wear. And turn array mesh back on. Where are you? Pretty cool. Oh, and once you're happy, you just say make mesh. Bear in mind, it's only 700 polys at the moment because it's only calculating mainly this. So it'll be times 7. So it's not going to be insane. Let's say make mesh. It'll go up to 4 point something, maybe even 5. Yeah, 4 million poly, which is nothing. You eat 4 million polys for breakfast. So Alt Q is my hotkey for this. I highly recommend it to center. Often you'd find your pivot there. Just go Alt Q, because if your pivot's over there, you can't click that button easily to center it. So I've made it Alt Q. It's somewhere in this menu, I can't remember, you'll find it. Probably geometry modified topology or something. So I wanna... I'm not even making a diorama, I'm just fucking around. But you get the idea, there's so much to play around with here, I don't even know where to start. This video has been extremely poorly planned. So be it. I am running out of time though. If someone who knew what they were doing, like properly made this video, they would have planned a nice diorama they're gonna build, show it, an example with a creature, but I didn't do that. No, sorry. Anyway, I hope you have a lot of fun with this because I loved making this set, and if it does well, if people buy it, I'm gonna make plenty more. focused ones, which is not a general one like this, which will be like hellscape. Well, I think I mentioned this before, or what have you. I need a sip of water. One sec. I think if there's anything I left out. Yeah, ZBRUSH, you get the scene for 15 dioramas plus 1 bonus one. Of course, this with nearly 100 parts and a few extras of all sorts of stuff that I built all of these with. And for non-ZBRUSH guys, you get OBJs of everything, marked, labeled with guides. Thank you so much, guys. Again, apologies for my unprofessionalism, bad mic, and the lack of showing quality diorama being made. But, that being said, I have a lot of faith in these prefab ones. I'm sure you guys could make a lot more interesting ones than I did. Mine are pretty, how do they say, vanilla, the ones I made. Compared to what some people will come up with, I mean, I'm proud of these, I did like them. And some of them already combine nicely, like these two combine really nice. They're all centered and roughly the same size, so it's easy to mix and match. Gore spilling out of the chat of the Parliament. A standard day in Parliament, really. Yeah. I hope you enjoy this. I'm gonna shut my bloody mouth now. Thank you very much. Later, guys.